Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to a stream that's beginning with tech issues. Woo! We are off to a fantastic start with half my infrastructure having broken down. I think I got it though. I think I got it. I'm not quite sure, but I do hope so. Hello everyone and welcome in Galandia. Congratulations on the first. Well done. Hello Galandir. Matu, good morning. Arian, good afternoon. AJ. Sneezes. God damn it. Hello AJ. I hope you're doing well. Death Dealer, thank you for the streak. Thank you so much. Hatchley, good afternoon. Hello, Fishy! Hello, Fishy. Good morning. Code, you are the best duckling. How are you doing? How are you today? Hello, hello. MJM, good afternoon. Slip Silver, how's it going? Hello, Livage! It's a stream. Yeah, it isn't the stream until you hit the tech issues, huh? Thank you for the hydrate. Cheers. Appreciate it. Whew. Whew. I had to redo a couple of settings today. And in my zeal to fix what I could fix, apparently I broke more than I thought. And as always, you never notice this in testing, right? Like, you notice this exactly when you're going live. Cool. Love that. Fantastic. But hello everyone. It is Tuesday. We're on the Tuesday stream, and today we're going to take a very short break from Ledgerbound. We will be returning on Thursday. We're going to take a very short break from Ledgerbound. Because today we're checking out a game that's coming out soon. I keep worrying, but I've checked my embargo date. Like, oh, and that was always small. I've checked my embargo date over and over and over, and I keep worrying that I fucked it up. But no, I'm fine. Brigandine is the follow-up to the Brigandine series, right? Brigandine Abyss is coming out tomorrow, and I have an early copy of it. And my embargo elapsed 5 days ago, so like, I triple, quadruple, quintuple checked, promise. My embargo date says the 20th, so I think I'm fine. So we're gonna have a look at Brigandine Abyss today. Brigandine as a series is something that a good handful of people have tried to get me to play over the years. Recently with the remake, I do not know. Legend of Runeterra, right? Was that the remake? I think it was. I'm not quite sure. Quite a bunch of people were lobbying for me to play it. And I just really couldn't get too into it. I don't really do retro all that much, so I wasn't gonna go back to like the old titles. But the series has been brought up to me like over and over and over again, and with the new one, I figured, okay, fine, there we go. Let's have a look at it, right? Let's have a look at it. It's very turn-based tactics. It's very, I don't know, like, it feels like from what I've seen so far, which isn't a lot because I do tend to stay blind on everything I play on stream, it feels very crossover grand strategy turn-based tactics, somewhere in the middle, right? But we will be finding that out together, I suppose. I am going to approach this as blind and as inefficient as possible, I suppose. Much like with online TTRPG sessions, you can't have one without the tech being a menace. Well, with online TTRPG sessions, I find it's less the tech, and it's always more the scheduling. It's always more the scheduling, right? You do not do redo. What about Grandia 2 and Tactics Ogre? Tactics Ogre was a remaster that I would have been burned at the cross for not covering, and I fucking hated that one. You've never seen me play the original Tactics Ogre, let alone any of the iterations of it on stream. And Grandia 2, while it might be retro, is a game that I play on stream because it's my favorite game of all time. That doesn't suddenly... Effort, I can't deal with your, like, word twisting shit today. Like, don't do this to me. Effort, once again, just like taking a sentence and then immediately making the most bullshit opinion out of it. Like, oh, how come you don't do retro? What about like that one game that you played one time? Oh, I can't do this today. Don't. Renazio was a new Brigandine at the time. Okay, cool. In that case, I stand corrected. Except I didn't dive it in at that time. You ate pancakes? That's an entirely new sentence, motherfucker. Exactly. That's the line code. That's the line. I like Renazio a lot. Forenza PS1 was fine in its day, but has aged out poorly. I feel like most PS1 titles have aged out poorly. Abyss, we'll see. I've been upfront with folks that I didn't drive with the demo, but I'm always up to have my mind changed. So this is where I'm coming from right now, Fishy. I haven't played the demo. However, I've read up on the demo because I've gotten that feedback from like a lot of people. Well, I say a lot, 3, which is a lot of people to me. That the demo was like not great, and one of them mentioned that the demo was apparently like an early alpha build. So maybe that's why it was, I don't know. I didn't play it, so we're going to take a look at this thing as it is. Like, I'm on the release build as far as I can tell. This isn't a demo, this is an early, this is like as it will release tomorrow. And we're just gonna see how it looks, right? We're just gonna see how it looks. For those of you that are more familiar with the franchise and the series and the everything around it, do let me know if something stands out to you. I would love to know, because I certainly won't. I will take this as like a standalone product and I'll see it to it as such. Yeah. And like, that's the plan, right? Hey, Cathorius, how you doing? Hello. Good morning, Taco. How's it going? Got a couple sample requests to fulfill for the lab. Good luck and stay safe. Remember, if they are asking for samples of specific viruses, run away. Especially if they make zombies. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just talking today. Very little what I say will make sense, I suppose. Very little of what I can say will make sense. All right. So, with that being said, for those of you that haven't seen the schedule for this week yet, schedule seems pretty chill, pretty normal. We're going to do Brigandine today, then Thursday, Friday, and probably Saturday, I don't know. Ledgerbound? More Ledgerbound? In reality, we're going to finish Ledgerbound whenever we can, and then we'll do something else. I know that there's a bunch of things coming out, most notably, I think on Friday, that one Star Wars game that everyone keeps hounding me over releases, right? Zero Company. We're probably going to cover Zero Company after Ledgerbound. Very likely, that's the thing after Ledgerbound. The only thing that keeps me from covering it on release day, which is like in 2 days, right? Like this thing comes out on Thursday or Friday. The only thing that keeps me from covering it like on release day is the fact that I do not give a fuck about Star Wars. Like, holy shit. If there's one media franchise out there, like one big media franchise out there, that where you'd go like, hey, pick one of these like 20 that can go forever, it's probably Star Wars. I don't care. As if it's a departure. Wow. I mean, fair and true, but also wow. Escape as a win condition in a game very dependent on troop growth didn't sit well with me. Don't have the context for that yet. Maps felt less well thought out on the overworld, and the drop in art is substantial, but that's most of my upfront complaints. I have only seen the art in Runergia, and that's just a very different art style, right? Like I'm seeing the character art in it, and that's just flat out a different art style, right? So I don't know, like I have nothing to compare it to. We're probably gonna see this today and then but okay, yeah, that's fair. Oh, it's easy enough to change, but I feel like the other ones, like I said, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I found Star Wars fine, a nice introduction to space fantasy, but the series got way too bloated for its own good. What I will always say about Star Wars is that you can tell that the shit was never supposed to be a universe, right? Star Wars to this day is a chosen one plot with then a universe bolted onto it around it, right? That's what Star Wars is. And I just don't care about a universe that's an afterthought, right? I don't care about it. You can tell this thing was never designed as a grand space magnum opus. It was designed as a feat of technical engineering at the time, which it was, right? Like, let's be honest, the original trilogy was insane. But it wasn't insane for the storytelling. The storytelling is a basic fucking chosen one plot, for Christ's sake. Ugh. Anyway, film-wise, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, right? Anyway, the simple fact that every other narrative in that universe is now like they bolted onto it as like an afterthought, as like a baggage to the original storyline, is just immediately disqualifies the thing from my interest, because it's all artificially, there's no grand vision behind it that made the thing, right? Say what you will about Dune as well as Frank Herbert, and say what you will about the pseudo-intellectual bullshit that is a lot of Dune, if you read the originals. At least there's a vision behind it, right? You're like giving up on the Skywalkers. No, it turns out no. I also don't care about the Christmas special, if you're bringing that up next. No, I just don't care. I just don't care. At any point in time, when Star Wars had the ability to like make something, they chose the most generic shit. Like, at any given point. Like, it's done nothing for... It's done a lot for film, right? Like, Star Wars as a series existing has done a lot for film, especially early on. But like, narratively, this shit has never advanced the field ever. Like, it just flat out hasn't. And now, I mean, you see where it is now, right? Whatever. So that's why I'm not super eager to get to Zero Company day one. Usually with a title that big bad. I don't know whether it's bad at all. I've only heard good things about it so far. Normally with a title this big and anticipated, I would try to get to it to day one. But should it launch and explode, I'm not going to be too sad having waited for the reviews. So we're going to do that after Ledgerbound. Mind you, on a game scale, as a game, Zero Company looks really promising. I just don't care about the IP it's attached to. But, yeah, you know, we'll see. Star Wars: The High School Play performed on Dune stage, just like the original Star Wars movies, though. I will forever be a heretic when it comes to this, Ham. I like the original 3 just fine as like a piece of entertainment media, not as a milestone. And that's the same way that I like the next 3. Like the prequels, right? Like 4, 5, and 6. I watched those with my dad when I was but a young child / teenager. Doesn't make them insanely good, outstanding movies, but it makes them memorable to me. Star Wars was really cool when I wasn't aware of any other science fantasy. You know what, Code? That's great. You're absolutely right. That is a really good description. That's a really good description. I will steal that from now on. Anyway, let me, like, shitting on this, like, not diminish your enjoyment, right? Like, if you're a big Star Wars fan, you don't need to defend yourself. Like, enjoy what you enjoy. I'm glad you like it, and I hope they'll stop fucking it with an iron rake, right? Like, I hope they keep making more things in the universe that you also will find enjoyable. I just fucking don't. But that doesn't have to take yours away. Anyway, as I was saying, Zero Company, from everything I've heard about it so far, however, as a game, looks really, really promising. Whatever skin they draped over it, I don't care, right? We will very likely get to it unless the thing bombs on launch, in which case, I don't know. Misty, good morning. How you doing? And also Ham, good morning. Hope you're well. It helps Star Wars was one of the first science fantasies. Had it released 5 years later, nobody would have noticed. Was it? Was it MGM, or was it just one of the first ones really brought to film? Because it sure as fuck wasn't one of the first science fantasies. It sure as hell wasn't. I think we have hundreds of years of, like, this shit before it. They might not have all been in space. Have faith, surely Disney will make something good eventually. Disney has made a good thing 30 plus years ago. It's been a while. In fact, you know what? The fact that Disney owns Star Wars now, I say now as if that isn't old news already. The fact that Disney owns Star Wars is actually super fitting, because exactly like George Lucas, Disney also made something cool once and is now just trying to, like, coast on that and, like, recapture that magic over and over and over. They're exactly the same. I don't think a better company could own the rights to Star Wars, and not because they're a good company, but because they're a perfect fit. There's plenty of room for fun movies that aren't super deep. One of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time is Starship Troopers. Now that's a bad movie, but damn, is that shit fun. And I'm talking about the original one. Like, it's a shame they never made more than one. A real shame they never made more than one Starship Trooper. Right? But, like, that's not a highbrow movie that you go into, like, thinking deep thoughts. Yes, the original novel has other connotations than the book. The book has other connotations than the book. You hear me? The original book has other connotations than the film, much more playing on the entire, like, autocracy arc, right? Like, on the whole fascism arc of it all. So those are two vastly different pieces of media. But I fucking love that movie. But I can tell you, it's not a good movie. Like, it's fun, campy bullshit. And I watched it at a point in my life where it had impact on me as a piece of entertainment media. So it sticks in my mind, right? Not everything you like needs to be the best in its field, or even high art, or even good. You're allowed to like bad things, and I don't say that mocking you, going like, oh, you apparently like dog shit. No, you're allowed to like things that are bad. You think they're fun? Let them be bad. Fuck it. Who cares, right? Just don't delude yourselves and or others that, oh, this is suddenly bigger than it is. No. Good, like, fun movies can just be fun movies. The second one was funny. I don't think I ever saw the third one. I will excuse the second one. The second one is a bit... There is no third one. There is... Hey, Schnabelfuck, how you doing? Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, fishy, right? Disney really isn't. I'm cringe, but I'm free. It doesn't even have to be cringe, right? It doesn't even have to be cringe. But yeah, basically. A lot of pre-space age sci-fi was pure fantasy, like Jules Verne. You can look at, like, a lot of Jules Verne stuff, right? Look at Leagues Under the Sea, right? For example, like, none of that is space, but it sure as fuck is sci-fi. C.S. Lewis wrote sci-fi fantasy stories. Yeah, absolutely, right. So
what?
Yeah, it's...
So many people in the grocery store since it's payday today were actually one to spare.
Then why are you going to the grocery store today? That seems bad. Come on here. Thank you for the 91. 91, fucking hell. Goddamn. Columbia, thank you so much. Stay safe, okay? stay safe. Going to the grocery store on payday sounds like an awful, awful idea. Back to the Future? If that's what you mean, yeah, Back to the Future is a good example, right? Like, Brain Dead Slob to watch also still has its place. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you're watching this shit right now. So, you know. One of my favorite things I watched because it resonated with me at the time was my teen romantic comedy snafu. I have no idea what that is. I still like it, but it's definitely not the epitome of Japanese animation. I have no idea. I've never heard of it, Little Witch. I'm an uncultured bastard, unfortunately. But, like, for every Studio Ghibli mega hit that resonates with so many people because, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there is some random fucking animation that someone, like, that some no-name studio made that flopped and, like, went directly to the dark web or whatever, that someone also loves, right? Space Trilogy is what I'm referencing with C.S. Lewis Weekly, one of his lesser-known works. I'm not entirely familiar with that. I'm familiar with it existing. I'm not familiar with the content of it. Like, I'll admit to, like, a blind spot there. I've heard of it, but never watched it. Completely out of my field, but I'm also not super knowledgeable when it comes to, like, animation anything, right? Also, hey Maladal, hope you're doing well. And Crembo! It's hot and I'm tired. It's tired and I'm hot. Wait, what? Good evening, Crembo. I hope you can cool down a little bit. Like Ghost Hunter? That doesn't really narrow it down. That could be like one of those, there's a cut every 2 seconds American TV shows where they go into haunted houses and pretend like ghosts exist. Or it could be like a random anime horror story where everyone fucking dies. I've humorously described it as a harem anime, but the protagonist is out of Catch It in the Rye. Oh, wait. Huh. Interesting. What the fuck? There's always the things you watch till the media corrupted. I grew up on a French animated movie called Light Years. Gandahar, it's an original production that isn't like good, but it was my first exposure to a lot of great ideas. Hell yeah. Media has all kinds of reasons to stick with you, right? Media has all kinds of reasons to stick with you. And there is no wrong reason for a piece of media to have resonated with you. Maybe you were young and you didn't know any better. That's fine. Maybe you have great memories of the people that you spent time watching or consuming that piece of media with. Maybe the story resonated with you. Maybe the animation did. Maybe the score resonated with you, right? Maybe it just reminds you of like a very particular smell because like while you were watching it once, someone baked apple pie in the background and now you associate that. Like whatever, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Maybe it got you through some tough times. Media does that with people, right? Maybe it's good. Like all of these. There is no wrong reason to go like, hey, like this is a series, this is an album, this is like a movie, this is a book that resonates with me and that I really like. This is something that I really enjoyed. There's no wrong reason to do that. The thing that always just irks me is when people then infer, hey, I like it, therefore this must be the best thing since sliced bread. That's always what gets me, right? We don't have to pretend that everything we like is the best thing, and that the thing that we like is better than everyone else's thing. Like, fuck it. Some of the dumbest shit I like is ridiculous, right? I will keep telling you that my favorite Final Fantasy is FF8. I don't know. Fight me. Like, whatever. I think it helps if you know why you like a thing, but you don't even need that level of introspection. You don't even need to like analyze, ooh, I wonder whether I like this piece of media because of my relationship with my father. Like, no, fuck it. You don't need to do that level of introspection. Just know that it's probably not because the thing is the best thing ever, right? Like, and if that's the only reason you like something because it's quote unquote good, then that's probably the shallowest reason you could find. It's fine, right? Sure, but like, I can't handle social action, but I think I'm right, so it's their fault. But thankfully, it doesn't have to pierce that worldview. All right, I see. I'm glad you got a handle on it, though. Who wants their bread sliced? Hollow that bitch out and fill it with mac and cheese or soup. Wait, what? Hold up, what, Taco? The worst person makes an excellent point. Oh no. It's Lewis with lots of religious overtones, but it's very fantasy space stuff, especially the first 2 books. Lots of sentient space species and whatnot on planets in our solar system. Oh yeah, like early 20th century sci-fi, right? Like, but what if there are creatures living on Venus? Bitch, we hadn't been to Mars yet. You're allowed to think that. Like, you're allowed to think that. That's fine. Flavor of the month. I mean, there's a lot of like herd bullshit like this now, Jack, right? There's a lot of people like this thing right now, therefore I will also like it so that I can be in. Like, yeah, there's a lot of that. But usually when we're talking about like long-held beliefs like this, it's less flavor of the month, right? J-Money, you are the best duckling. Hello, J-Money, good morning. FF5 and FF8 are the most anime Final Fantasy in the Sakaguchi era. Are they? No, you make a fine point. Do you make a fine point? Yeah? No? Okay. Yeah. There's people on Venus, I mean, they say women come from there. Can they go back there? No. Very pre-space age, we hadn't put anything in space when he wrote those, so it was all up to the imagination. It's crazy how recent we put something into space, huh? And I don't mean how recent it was until we put the last thing we had into space, but like how recent it was that we put the first thing into space. Here's a gamer? Barely. I don't use gamer words enough for that, Lilovich. I need to, like, say more slurs. I tend to like Gundam because everyone in my friend group loves it, never got the appeal, and every time I found something fun, they told me, no, that's not the reason to enjoy the show. Fuck that effort. Like, if you find something fun that makes you latch onto it, like, that's the fun thing now. I don't know, like, I also never got Gundam, right? Like, early Gundam to me looks like how to draw your first anime. Obviously, that's because it's a fucking pre-runner of the genre. Like, of course it looks like it was made in the 80s. It was made in the 80s! But I just can't stand, like, the 80s, early 90s, like, way anime looked. Right? And then, like, most Gundam that people like show you to like convince you that it's a cool show for cool people, I just go like, this is the most boring mecha design I've ever seen. I've seen some really fucking insane Gunpla. Like, there's some crazy stuff out there, right? That looks really fucking sick. But like every time someone shows me like a mech from the show, I go like, dude, this is just like a dude in armor and then they painted it red and blue. Like, I don't care. I just don't care. We had this topic this morning. Blade and I were hanging out in Discord and he was showing like a couple of things off because he was playing Super Robot Was 30. And we were talking like basically about that exact thing. Where it's like, I don't get it. Bob and I was affectionately called that era Scooby-Doo Gundam. You replied while I was actually in the lab, so I couldn't take my phone out. You said the phrase best thing than sliced bread, but bread bowls are... Ow! Oh, okay, gotcha. Taco. Thank you for elaborating. All things are dudes and armor, so Gundam is worse, did you? You know what? Also an entirely different sentence, but I see how you'd get there. Now, like, we've talked about it when we've played mech and mecha games before. I just don't like humanoid designs. I don't like my mech has 2 arms and 2 legs. Stupid. Absolutely fucking dog shit design. Like, F tier. No. It's probably the worst way to ever design a mech if we want to be like realistic about it, but we're in anime, so we don't want to be realistic about it, obviously. But I just don't find it appealing. Obviously, there is a real reason why that design is so pervasive in anime, right? Why the humanoid, 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head mecha is such a mainstay of the genre. And it's very much because mecha as an entity is the epitome of the concept that the weapon you wield is an extension of yourself, right? The weapon that you wield is not just a tool that you're using, it's not just like something that you beat your opponent to death with, it's an extension of your body, it's a part of you, it's worthy of its like own respect, it's its own entity, right? And like mecha embodies that like more than any other genre, right? Because the weapon that you wield, the mech that you pilot, is just that, right? Like, it's piloted usually through like haptic feedback stuff in a lot of them, right? It's a direct extension of your ability as a pilot. The deeper you get into the mecha genre, the fuckier concept you'll find like that. But in essence, that's exactly what it is, right? And because that's the easiest way to convey that the pilot and their vessel are like acting in unison, making the vessel have the same general shape as the pilot, that's the predominant design. Also because it's easiest to make toys for, I suppose. I'm sure they had focus groups for that too. But the best way to realistically design a mech, says Krembo, is to make it horizontal, flat to the ground, and replace the wheels with treads. In this essay, I will explain what a tank is. But yeah, Krembo, absolutely, right? Abso-fucking-lutely. And Cray, good morning, thank you for the streak. They have to paint things red or blue so you know who's supposed to kiss. No, but it's the same mech that's painted red and blue. Like, it's on the same mech. I bit my tongue. Ow. I got too animated talking about, like, a genre that I don't watch. And then I bit my tongue. This is Karma's way of telling me to shut the fuck up. Ow. It's mechs in space, there is no ground. You can still make them flat and strap booster rockets to them. Congratulations, it's Flat Fuck Friday. Whatever. They're more aerodynamic that way. Alright. So. Hold on to me finding the Wikipedia page on prolate speedruns. Oh, I'm not even getting into that. The science nerds are spazzing out again. Let's get this out with before Ego arrives. Aerodynamic in space. You need to get them to space somehow first, right? And that's usually involving shooting them through an atmosphere. And then once your funny mech is in space, are you just going to use it in space? No, you probably want to land this thing for a ground assault. So what does it need to do that? Fly through a fucking atmosphere! Aerodynamics matter! Not in space, but for your departure and arrival point. Fall through the atmo, easy. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I'm thinking it creeps. No. What if they just had giant drop pods like Titanfall? Well, those don't fly! The mechs in Titanfall don't. Yeah. Yeah, you just do that. We call those Imperial Titans. They also don't fly. And we also drop them in gigantic fucking crates the size of multiple skyscrapers. You load them in a spaceship and fly the spaceship into space. I'm going to kill someone today. Deep breaths in space! Yeah, that's how we solve the problem, MJ. Very well done. The giant drop pods in MechWarrior do fly. Yeah, but do the mechs in MechWarrior fly? I keep telling people getting to space isn't hard, staying in space is. Do we have to discuss orbital mechanics again? I'm pretty sure being in an orbit is easier than getting into orbit, no? I volunteer for breathing in space? You shouldn't. I'm going to destroy you all, Care said calmly. Not screeching like a harpy about it at all. Not at all. All right, everybody. So. Now that you all heard me rant about Mecha. God forbids I do anything. Yeah, tragedy, right? Never allowed to have fun. Never allowed to have fun. Let's go have a look at Brigandine, shall we? Let's go have a look at Brigandine. I can tell you, the very first thing I tell you about the game is that it mutes when you tap out of it. And there's no option to fix that. Cool. Fucking love that. Now then. Do let me know about the volume level and everything. Getting to space means altitude. An F-15 can technically get that high by pointing up and using afterburners. Being in orbit involves getting up there, easy, and then turning sideways and accelerating to orbital velocity. Please fill a hollow skyscraper full of rocket fuel, send Bill to Elon Musk. I see that's the problem, okay. The host goes into rage over contentious issues like breathing. It's not the contentious issue of breathing, it's the contentious issue of trying to breathe in space. And yes, MJM, other than that, you're entirely correct. We do like to have fun here. Now, what should we discuss the pros and cons of lawn ornaments next? So, we have two modes. We've got story mode, which is what we'll be playing, and then we have mission mode, which is a whole lot of decision paralysis, but she exists, so it's not any paralysis whatsoever. Anyway, story mode. No! You mean you can't breathe in space? Seems like a skill issue. It is a skill issue. You're absolutely correct. And technically you can breathe in space, just not oxygen. For the lack thereof. I'm pretty sure you could breathe in the radiation if we were to stretch the definition of breathing a little, right? So, no, it is absolutely positively a skill issue. Hey Mello, how you doing? Welcome to Care Stream where the host goes into rage over contentious issues like 3 dimensions. That's not a contentious issue! 2D is bestie. Wait, what are we talking about? Huh? Alright, sorry about... So, what do we have? We have options is what we have. So, we have a Dragon Howl Greatlands. Ooh, blue-haired anime protagonist. A land of untamed wilds where dragons and humans live together. When the dragons are captured and brainwashed by the Novus Imperium, a young dragon tamer and his friends set out to rescue them. Oh, we have more Oh. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be a poll. Scarlet Dawnbringers, mercenaries of justice, who cross the steppes atop unicorn steeds. Okay. After a father is slain, a young girl takes up the mantle of leadership and fights to protect the people from the Novus Imperium. The land of the azure-eyed queens. Yo, Blue Eyes White Dragon, let's go. A country whose founder and first queen was the hero Luna Dea. As the Novus Imperium's rise threatens the people of the continent, they must fight to fulfill their duty as its sworn peacekeepers. Okay, I summon Blue Eyes. Fey Village of Repose. A village of fairies hidden deep in the Great Wood. As the Novus Imperium's war intensifies, a girl and her fairy sister strike out in search of safe harbor. The Samura clan... Did you really just leave off a letter from the word samurai? Really? We just... We took the vague Japanese aesthetic, and when asked, hey, what do we want to name the vaguely Japanese-looking faction? Someone went samurai and someone else went, no, we can't do that. But as they were writing the idea on the blackboard behind them, they stopped because they got interrupted. And they couldn't finish the word, and everyone went, yeah, let's take that.
What? No, we can't do that. Samurai. Also high 28 months.
Mellow! Mellow. Thank you, Mellow, for the 28. I was thinking about you yesterday, Mellow. I'm playing, because I'm still, despite my better judgment, still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm playing Melodious in the current event, and my deck is named after you. So I picked it up yesterday and went like, oh, I should see how Mellow is doing. Thank you so much. And Maddie, good morning, Maddie. Hello, how you doing? Because AI tokens keep getting more and more expensive, they use less words, save money. Why many words when few words do? A clan of warriors residing on an island to the east of the continent. An island to the east of the continent. I wonder what other nation is an island east of them. Anyway, a girl and her allies realize someone from their homeland must be colluding with the Novus Imperium and fight to uncover the truth. Have the Dutch started trading again? Why does this look like Whitebeard's flag? Kind of. Never mind, don't worry about it. Pandemion! Oh, the weirdos. Oh, the weirdos! A secret lab conducting research into forbidden techniques of chimerization. A boy made to be a weapon meets a girl revered as holy, and he decides to rebel against the very empire that led to his creation. Ooh, the weirdos! Ooh! The Samura clan also has potentially Ditzy Ninja. Yeah, we had to have the airhead Kunoichi in there, right? Like, that's a staple. I don't know anything about her, who knows? Are we voting on this? Are we voting on this? This feels like we're voting on it. Welcome to Anime Player. Pick one. Talking Fluffy Dragon. Heterochromia. The evil sealed in my left arm. Weird as we're not affected in demo. I do miss the Mad Jester King from the very first game though. Ken doesn't pick the weirdo or the fairy and the game plays nice, I will buy the game. This is the one, so here's the thing about Twitch polls, right? As the game mutes when I tab out. Here's the thing about Twitch polls. I believe they can still only have 5 options attached to them. This used to not be the case, but I'm pretty sure they can only have 5 factions, which is fitting because the one faction I'm not playing are the fucking lollies. So, like, no offense to all my Traptrix players out there, but nah. I don't wanna. Lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! References today, holy shit. I've got to call them Samura, yeah, I have to, I think. Sorry for the cutting out sound, the game's literally made this way. And here's a poll. This is now your problem, Twitch chat. Good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Brigandine is out. Brigandine is not out yet, Trap. Brigandine is out tomorrow. We're on a early look at the full game today. I got a key given to me by the publisher. Here's your disclaimer. They gave me an early key for this, so we could check it out right now instead of having to wait until the release tomorrow, which is why you might see no one else streaming it, because it's like early. The game's not out yet to the general public. I see dragons, that's my pick. I don't mind generic anime blue hair boy, but also, I don't know. Mellow's a fate, true Mellow, but also, you're cool. Remember that. Wheeze! Good morning, Wheeze. Just eat 12 hours. That'll be me soon. That'll be me soon. 100% for Pandemion, just for the guy on the left. I would imagine people are, yeah, I would imagine. I haven't looked at the poll yet, but I'm pretty damn sure, like, if we're not playing the redheaded waifu, because it's this channel, we're probably playing the freaks. Just utterly mesmerized by Scarlet Will's No Pants Lady. Wait, No Pants Lady? Oh! Oh, we're just not... Are you people supposed to be unicorn riders? The chafing. The absolute chafing. You can't just not wear pants when unicorn... That's... Redhead was my choice in demo, who would have thought? Shame is impure, I guess. Yeah, must be purified. Must be purified. Looks like it's the power of the redhead waifu versus Dollar Store Back to the Future cast. Here, I'll vote as well. Hold up. I'll vote as well. Here we go. You wouldn't guess what I voted for. God, I hate the tapping in and out. Kafka and I on the same team. I mean, yes, let there be something said for like redhead waifu, of course, but like this one looks too harmless. That doesn't look angry enough. Doesn't look like she hates me enough. I'm very normal. Almost choked on my birthday? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, your breakfast. God damn it. Get your votes in. There's a couple seconds left. You've experienced to say what to wear when riding a unicorn? Yes, because it can't be much different than riding a horse. It can't be all that different from riding a horse, right? So... Here's normal. I don't know about that. Avora, how you doing? Hello, hello. Why are we riding Umas? Well, we're not. Not with the lack of pants in this faction. Alright. The chat has spoken. Hello, Ringsong. We're playing the weirdos. We're playing the weirdos. I hope all of these have a tutorial, because I will need a fucking tutorial. We're doing this on normal, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, let's go.
かつて世界はブリガンダインの力により救われた。当時の偉大なる魔術師ルナディアにより生み出された魔術の鎧の力により大陸支配を目論むアビスローア帝国の野望を見事打ち砕くに至ったのである。それから200年。現在大陸の中で最も大きな力を持ち、同時に不穏な気配を漂わせ始めたソロジュナート王国に対し、ルナディアの意志を継ぎし国、ミスティアインの女王を中心とした諸国の長皿が一堂に集い、糾弾を行う。
Can't say good luck in the meeting.
ご説明願いましょう。ソルジュナート王、治安悪化。見慣れぬ魔物の目撃証言、そして何よりこのまがまがしき気配の理由たるを。どうしました？
That is weird animation.
失礼。王に代わりこの我がお答えしよう。我が名はソルジュナート宰相ケイオスリス。
Very, very fitting name. Very trustworthy. Oh. See, I knew he was going to do that. Very trustworthy.
これよりこのソルジュナートいいな。神聖アビスローア帝国を治めし新皇帝なり。
How did he conceal that under that robe?
今ここにアビスローは復活を宣言する。
How did the cloak
さあ出番じゃぞ二人とも。狙うはエルゲンの鳩、忌まわしき聖職者どもじゃ。誰一人逃さず仕留め証明してみせるがよい。わしのキマイラ技術こそが
When will something happen? Yeah, we're really slow starting.
どうして僕たちがそんなことを。
メイハ様、どうかお急ぎを。
待って、いくつの姿がどこにも。
あれが聖女。マスターが殺せと言っていた相手。
Yump.
その体 君は一体何者なの？
ああ、
Type
やっぱ
F?
りあんたもそういう目で僕を見るのか。僕はキマイラ。マスターにより作られし戦闘兵器。あんたには何も恨みはないけど、ここで死ん
I
で
have
もらう。
Type F. Who's the other one? Type L? Twitch chat.
魔物同士を継ぎ合わせ
The killer of Morty.
生命を
Oh,
形
jeez.
作るという禁忌の研究に手を染めていた小国パンデミが密かに新帝国勢と裏でつながっていた彼らはケイオスルスの放棄を機
So we're
に
missing Type N,
続々
Ham?
として大陸に牙を向く。中でも人間を素体に魔物のパーツを継ぎ合わせた
Type
高い
S.
知能を
Okay, never
誇
mind.
る特別個体タイプ F とタイプ S、 この2体が限りない戦果をもたらすであろうと制作者たるドクター・プージュは密かに北総縁でいた。
That arm, what are you, single? Have you seen the claws on that thing? That's a bit dangerous. Type S standing for solid snake. Solid is typing.
戦闘兵器。まさか君、魔物のパーツを体中に埋め込まれて。
Oh no, we just brought them for fun.
ああ、そうだよ。お綺麗な聖女様にはさぞや醜く映るんだろ
I
うけど。
wonder... No, I can't do that right now.
そんなことま
I
で
should have
させ
checked
てる
whether we've got English voice acting,
あの
but I don't think we
信仰
do.
的人絶対に許せない。でもごめんね。君がみんなを殺して回るつもりなら、私は聖女としてあなたを止めなきゃいけない。
So we're starting low on the totem pole, we're killing a saint, Hess. Very low in the
わ
hierarchy.
かってるよ。所詮僕は人にあだなす禁忌の獣ってやつだ。やれるものならやってみなよ、聖女様。そんな風に逃げ回ることしかできない分際でさ。
Win or lose condition. Survive 3 turns, defeat all enemy units. All allied units defeated is our loss condition. That's very loud. The win and loss conditions of each battle will be displayed at its start. Fulfill the win conditions to achieve a victory. Battles progress in turns. Your turn ends and the enemies begin when either all your units have moved or you select end turn from the map menu. Once each side has completed their turn, one turn of the battle ends. Selecting unit will open the unit menu. For your own units, you can select commands such as move or skills. Troop leaders will have the additional option to rally or dismiss. Selecting wait will end that unit's action. For enemy units, the menu will display status info. Select a tile with no unit on it to open the map menu. Select end turn from this menu will end your faction's turn. Troop info will show the details for each faction's forces. Win, loss conditions will play the conditions shown at the start of battle. Retreat will forfeit the battle. Okay. Hexagons, Bestagons. We unfortunately do not have free camera movement. We have hexagon-based camera movement. And edge panning. No, please give me the grid. Was this on? I don't know. We're gonna keep all of that as normal for now. This is fine. Save. Hearing loss condition. Am I right? Will the other camera types help? Let's find out. Like, we're early on. We can figure this out, right? So, no. No, where was it? Camera type. Inverted. No, this does not help. Trust me, this won't fucking help. There's only normal and inverted. That is nothing. I'm just gonna have to deal with the edge panning. Alright, there's our type F. We have a rook, a dampier, and a unicorn. They have an angel, a unicorn, and that's Meha, and a healer is what they have. Units can move one tile per point of their movement stat. You can check a unit's movement by setting status. Unit movement is affected by changes in terrain height. Units cannot climb to tiles +5 or higher relative to their current tile, and they cannot descend to tiles -9 or lower relative to their current tile. Battlefield tiles each have a terrain type. Traversing forested or watery terrain will cost more movement than traversing plain tiles. The terrain type of the tile a unit is on can also affect stats, such as, yep, okay, never mind, that's just basic stuff. Each unit has one of 3 movement types: ground, aquatic, or flying. So far, so good. Can I know the threat range while moving? The answer is I cannot. You can check the skill icons in the skill list to see what effects a skill has. Close range, physical, healing, long range, buff, debuff, magical, okay. Skills with movement can be used even after the unit moves. Skills without movement cannot be used after moving. Element, the skills element range the area, a skill effect, accuracy, yada yada yada, okay. We have a stomp, we have a heal, we have a medica, and only the stomp can be used after moving. That makes sense because it's melee. No, I would like you to... Oh, there. Well, no, not there. Okay. I can already see... It's not taking me long to be able to tell you that the menuing probably wants you to have a controller. Like, the menuing very likely just wants you to have a controller. Like, I'm glad I can click things. Doesn't mean that clicking them makes it good. Leaders can rally a monster unit in their troop. The monster must be within a certain range and must not have acted yet that turn. Rallying a monster will cause its rally trait to activate. Different types of monsters have different rally traits. You can return a rallying monster to the map by dismissing it to a tile of your choice, but you must select a tile the monster is able to move to. Monsters who have just been dismissed can still use their skills that turn. You cannot rally then dismiss in the same turn. However, it is possible to dismiss and then rally in the same turn. I didn't mean to do that, but here we are anyway. Hands of Light! Mage's Strike. Oh, and we have a heal attached to that. That's fun. Leveling up skills. Using a skill will increase its skill gauge. When the gauge is full, the skill will level up, increasing a... Hold up. Hold up, chat. Give me 1 second. Hey, Twitch chat. A small change of plans, everybody. I need to go. Sorry, everybody. I need to go. Kid needs someone to talk to. So I'm gonna go be a dad. Tell you what. Let's do this tomorrow. Let's look at the entire thing tomorrow. Fresh. Sucks a bit giving up the preview, but I need to go. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna redo the stream tomorrow. Make-up stream tomorrow, same time. 4 p.m. CEST. And we're gonna still take the weirdos that you just voted for, and we're just gonna look at the entire thing together then, okay? Stay safe, everyone. And thank you for understanding. I hope you have a great rest of your day, okay? Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow. Sorry again. Bye-bye.